Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our weekly playthrough of Blueprints. I say that knowing we did not have a stream last week, but we're back on it, and we're ready to jump right back into our day 76. Despite the brief break, I still have been thinking about some of the things we need to accomplish in this game. We went through and solved the room 8 puzzle, or the room of 8, rather, I should say, that we got from the gallery. And we didn't find a sanctum key in there, which means our assumption about the riddle from room 46 was incorrect, at least I think. We'll double check just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I think we might have to start looking elsewhere. And I do have, we're going to grab our allowance real fast, head outside. I do have a couple theories. We only have 2 sanctum keys left. One of them we know is in the vault. We have to get lucky with safety deposit box keys. The second, though, is supposedly behind the last door of 8. I assumed that meant that key that we had found in the gallery. Did not seem to be the case. We'll do tool shed. So my assumption, the only rooms I can think of that have 8 doors are, one, the sanctum rooms, which I don't know how, like, you can't unlock the last door without the last key, but if the last key is behind the last door, like, like a paradox thing, which this game does do, so maybe that's the case, and there's some alternative way of getting back there. Elsewise, the only other rooms I can think of that have 8 doors are the Great Hall, which maybe we just gotta stock up on keys and unlock all of them, and then maybe if you unlock the main door, it has like a secret room or something, which seems like a stretch because I feel like we may have done that before. But I think because we noticed, I think it was last stream or the stream before, but the Mechanicum. Ooh, we'll do breakfast nook. We always like to start with that. The Mechanicum has additional doors aside from the ones that lead to other rooms. There's, I must say, like, there's the north, south, east, west entrances, but the Mechanicum has, like, northeast, southeast, like, corners. And theoretically, I'm guessing we might be able to get 8 doors in there. Oh yeah, we started off with a whole bunch of gems, from last time. Got a key. So we're gonna try that out. Great Hall would probably be the easiest to test. I don't have a shovel. Yeah. So if we get that, we'll give that a shot. We got plenty of gems. Let's actually do the kennel. And then same deal with the Mechanicum, although we're gonna have to set up plenty of, what do you call it, cog rooms to make sure that happens. Alright, what do we want to do? We'll do a bedroom. Okay, no additional items. We do already have plenty of keys, too. I think we had a refrigerator last time is why. Let's go ahead and do office, because we have all the gems. And we get one back anyways. We're going to hold off on spreading gold for now. Maybe we'll get a conference room. Don't want a dead end just yet. Although I do like both those other options. Let's go den just to spread it out a little bit. We'll hang a left. Let's hold on to our keys for right now, too. I say that as I'm using one on a door. Let's bump a security. Because there are sometimes vault keys in here, though it doesn't look like we have one today. But we do have an apple, so that's nice, I suppose. Break room will do. Ooh, okay. Oh, sick. Broken lever. We'll hold off on that for now, because I think we ran into, what's right there? A little coin. A new set of symbols that we don't know for the little math puzzle that it gives us. Not the rooms I would have wanted, but these are fine. Let's see. Let's do observatory. That's more beneficial than the dark room, even though it kind of sticks us to one direction. Oh, that's, I think, a new one. The inkwell. You may spin stars to draw new floor plans. Okay. That is a new one. We'll do the commissary. And we'll get ourselves a shuffle because we have the kennel going on. I think we're good on everything else for right now. Ooh, garage would be kind of nice, but we're gonna do a morning room. Lucky foot, we do like that. That might help us get some of the keys that we need. I guess that's the only reason why I was thinking garage, because if we can pull a great hall, we can test our theory right away and not concern ourselves with it. I guess we'll go ahead and use a star. We'll use another star. Do we want to do a secret passage? I think we should, because I do believe it lets us pull a hallway. Yes. So let's see if we can't get a great hall. No other items. We'll go ahead and see what we get. Even though that's blowing through all of our keys. But foyer might be awesome to have, because that would ensure that everything's unlocked in the Great Hall. Let's see. Okay. Vault, we do want to open up, I think, but we're gonna do a den just so we don't dead end ourselves. I know we have the other den over there, but I don't want to cut off too much of the house just yet. I'm usually a little arrogant with that, and then it ends up biting us. So let's see. Try to get. Oh, that's locked. Hey, Kay. Good to see you. Mew, you as well. That's locked as well. So we are out of keys already. No, we started with a good amount, but we got plenty of the house to explore. The vault I am tempted to do, but I wanted to make sure we had more of the house open, just so we don't cut ourselves off too early. We're going a little slower. We got to remind ourselves of what we're doing since we did not stream last week. But for you guys just getting in, I have a couple ideas about how we might be able to... let's do armory, actually. Get that last antechamber key. We know one's in the vault. The other one did not appear to be in that room of 8, or at least what we assumed to be the room of 8 that we got from the gallery. And so the only other rooms that's locked as well. So we'll go back to the beginning of the house here. We got a good amount of steps. I think we'll be okay. The only rooms I can think of that could possibly have 8 doors are the Great Hall and the Emerald Petya again. Precious puppy. And the Mechanicum. I do think theoretically we can get the Mechanicum up to 8 doors, but we're going to need a lot of cog rooms, which may or may not be doable here. We'll get ourselves another star. What do we have there? Okay. There we go. Got ourselves a key. Keep pressing onward. Archives. Let's skip archives. We don't need you at the moment. I hope we can get ourselves a sledgehammer too. That would be nice for all the chests we just bypassed. Great Hall. So Great Hall should be unlocked because we have the foyer. Yes. Okay, so let's just pop all these open first. So what I'm thinking is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So maybe if we open up all the other doors first and then leave through that like final door, maybe that is the last door of 8 that the riddle mentioned. Elsewise, the Mechanicum's an option, or it's quite literal and it's talking about the antechamber doors in the basement, which I don't know how we'll get in there, but there must be a way. Okay. So that would be 8. So let's go ahead and see if that gives us anything. No. Okay. It seems to be kind of basic rooms unless it adds the item in here. does give us a sledgehammer, which we like, but does not seem to give us our key that we need. And the metal detector is not going off. But we're going to cross that one off, which is fine. We're going to do weight room. Let's do rotunda, because we have the gems, and that counts towards a cog room. How many cog rooms do we have at the moment? I think just one in the security office. But let's go ahead and start maybe getting those set in, because now... Does the rotunda count as a cog room? I would think. I guess not. Well, we just wasted gems. That's okay. We got plenty. Cloister. Let's go ahead and use Night Shield so we can do the one for free. Archives is fine. No other additional items. Okay, there we go. We'll do a workshop. That's one cog room. And we might be able to combine some things. I'll take a lockpick set. I know we still haven't even played with that puzzle yet. Alright. Do we want to make anything at the moment? Yeah, what happens if we do metal detector? Pick sound amplifier. Do we want to give up the metal detector? I think so, because we are very close to getting that trophy as well. So let's go ahead and build that, because we haven't built that before. I assume it just makes it maybe more likely to unlock doors. Greater chance of picking high sensitivity locks. Okay, I'll take that. We're pretty solid on keys, but why not? We'll go ahead and do a chapel. Keep building up our little piggy. Oh, library we do want to do, because we did order a book last time, I believe. Oh, and we got ourselves a treasure map. Which, I think that might be the foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I recall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so if we hit up the foundation, we'll have a little prize waiting for us. Now this is, I believe, the first edition. So none of it is redacted, which should help us with the puzzles down in the basement. So we're gonna go ahead and go through this and just take some pictures. That way we have a resource we can use for like the geography puzzle and the... Oh, we do want to do drafting studios, because we do want to get all the rooms here as well. All the geography puzzle in room 46 and the... I guess we only have one room to unlock. I keep cutting myself off. And the... what do you call it? The sigil puzzle down in the basement below. The, like the family crest puzzle. We're gonna run through the chapel's north side really fast and just get that one last room. Don't mind donating a little bit more to the pig. No cog room, but you know what? We could just redraw. How many do we have at the moment? We only have, I think, 2. Maybe it might not be worth it, but let's go see if we can't get anything useful. We have this ability. Let's use it. Classroom. This late might not be a good idea. Let's go ahead and do walk-in closet, I suppose. Just see if we get anything interesting as far as items go, like maybe a vault key, which I keep pressing for, but looks like we are out of luck in that instance. And I guess we'll just keep heading, keep heading north. We have our keys now, so we got the means to do so. Did get ourselves a sledgehammer, so I should... There was I think, that den to the north. We had a couple chests that we let slip past us. We didn't use our keys on them, but we have a sledgehammer now, so it was a wise decision. Alright. I think there was one in here. Yeah, excellent. Just a few more resources. So far, nothing crazy accomplished with this run, but we do know... Excellent. Do we want to do a dining room? I think just in case, and if something does happen that we need more steps, we're getting kind of low. But we are trying to figure out a couple of theories here. So this is going to be... Let's do a lab. One, we might get an interesting experiment, because we did unlock... And dinner's ready. We'll go back really fast. We did unlock a whole bunch of new experiments because of the satellite dish that we were able to raise a few streams ago. So we have some new things we want to try. The one I'm most excited about is removing crates in the tunnel outside. If we can get that one, that would be quite cool, because I want to see what's down there. Let's see, experiment setup. Continue with experiment. Okay. Unseal one of the antechamber doors. That's cool, but not necessarily what we're going for right now. Okay. Nah. We'll do that one, why not? Actually, you know what? I have found safety deposit box keys in the entrance hall before. And let's do that, because we got plenty of gems. So we'll see if that does anything for us. Not the holes I was hoping for, but also not the worst thing in the world. Okay, did not pick the lock. Let's go into Cloister. Go ahead and trigger that experiment. Get our little gems over here. Dig some holes. Oh, we got a security door. I don't believe we have a passkey today. Yeah, we do not. Head north here. Clock tower is a time room. Let's go ahead and redraw, because we can. Do that again. Ooh, trophy room is tempting. Let's go ahead and do... I'm gonna keep doing this until I see something that tickles my fancy, like the treasure trove. It's gonna dead end us, but it'll help us stack up even more gold for when we come back here. I want this to get absurd. I need piles of money. Same deal, I think this is only clues, but I still want to try it since we're good on keys today. The true treasure of the trove is not in this room, but that is a printed red card, which is false. Which is a shame. I feel like that chest has never garnered anything useful for us. I wonder why that's unlocked. Passageway it is. That should also trigger our experiment again. Oh, no, because it maybe was leading into a hallway? That is strange. Do we want to do weight room? We're kind of low on steps at the moment. Let's go ahead and redraw. We'll go ahead and do trophy room. We have other avenues because of the passageway, so let's go ahead and get a stack of gems. And we're very close to both this puzzle and so the invention puzzle. We're close to a few of them that I would like to get knocked out, get us some more trophies. Let's head south here. We haven't been in vestibule yet. Let's check it out. I think it's just a utility, like it's a useful hallway. Oh, okay. Oh, so it just locks behind you as well. Interesting. Okay. Oh, no, I should have done laboratory. I'm a fool. We can do... Just keep redrawing while we got it. Because that'll reset our stars as well, and that could let us do some more of the very interesting things that we found so far. Let's do pool, because pool has 2 chests in it. And sometimes those chests have those keys we're looking for. Specifically the vault keys. Even if we don't got the vault right now, you know how it usually goes. If we find a key, we don't have the vault. If we get the vault, we don't have a key. And there is also a treasure in here, supposedly. Ooh. Which is sometimes just money, but else it can be a useful item, so We'll give that a shot. And see if anything interesting is dug up. But it's most likely just going to be money or gems. Alright, let's see. Yep, just money. Not even that much money. That's okay. Let's carry on this way. Yeah, that's kind of the only direction we have at the moment. Gonna redraw one of our dice. Attic, same deal. Let's see if we can't get a key, and then cross our fingers for the vault or maybe a coat check. We're going to take the compass. Okay, we got ourselves a little gem, a regular key, gem, purse. Okay. Nothing, and a key and a gem. Nothing too exciting. I guess we'll circle back. I guess over here to the den. We don't really have business in the antechamber today. Oh, I'm stupid. That's locked. Well, it is a hallway, so it is always unlocked. So I guess we don't necessarily know how it functions just yet. It's always unlocked because we have the foyer at the moment. So let's just head back, I suppose. See if we get one or two interesting rooms on the other side of the house, and then I think call it maybe a day. Nothing too extravagant. Like I said, unless we get the vault or something else interesting going on. I say that in hopes that we find a key in one of the chests that have spawned over here. We do get the silver key, which is kind of nice. Same deal, into a room with many doors, and like that also makes me feel like that has something to do with the car keys. With the last door of 8, because maybe you need the silver key to be unlocking that. But observatory break room. Oh, I should have gone the opposite way. That's okay. We came back for the chests. Let's see if we can't weasel on over to the other side of the house real fast. Coins in the corner. Even though we don't necessarily need it. Damn, we're almost up to 200 gold. If only there was something to spend it on. Alright. We don't need any of that stuff. Here we are. We'll head north, hit that door up real fast, see if anything is of note in these last 3 rooms, maybe. Oh, okay, let's hit that. Nope, no vault key, but we do have the ability to redraw if we need. Locker room might be interesting, considering... you know, I wonder if these count as doors, too. Given, like, if they're considering those doors. Maybe there's a key in there. Okay, I guess we'll do pump room. Actually, let's just redraw. Let's see if we get anything more, like a music room, for example. Because sometimes there's a vault key in here, too. Secret garden key, okay. Lots of useful items. Gonna lose them all when we hit the next day. Yep, anything we want to fool around with. You know what? Showroom we can do, and then maybe get that item that lets us keep a couple of the items that we have. Is it moon pendant? Yes, let's get the moon pendant. I don't think anything else here. Actually, can I buy it out? Because there is a trophy for doing that. I think I can. I do believe there's a trophy for being a big spender. Oh, trophy of wealth, and it's 100. That's mean. So we need a little bit more money. And then we can buy that. I too wish I could drive the car to Reddington and see what's going on over there. I mean, we've had a couple vistas that have let us seen Reddington, and it looks like a pleasant enough town. Let's see if we can't find anything useful in here. Or at the very least, running shoes, that would have been useful, you know, way earlier in the house. Or at the very least, like, maybe, I don't know, like a DLC to let us go to that museum they were planning to rob and, like, have a whole puzzle thing there. But, no, he is concerned with... There we go, we have enough to get the trophy. Staying in this house. And at least that'll let us get the trophy this run so we can say we accomplished something. Excellent. But with that, let's check the rest of these lockers just in case, but I think we might be out of luck for this particular day. But we always have the next day. A little bit more gold. Okay, I should be able to unlock that. Yeah, I was going to say it has a little keyhole. Okay, so nothing terribly useful, but if you got the keys, it did net us just enough gold to get that trophy. So I'm not going to call the locker room useless. Everything's blocked off. We have no purpose in the antechamber, and I don't think we have anything we need to do outside. So let's see. Can I wiggle over to the break room? I certainly can. Let's go do that and end the day in the break room so we get our little security pass for tomorrow, and then start it again. We did check off the Great Hall being a possible, you know, last door of 8 option. So next thing, I think it's the Mechanicum. And we'll just add as many cog rooms as we can and see if we can't figure out what's going on with that. Because elsewise, it's luck of the draw with the vault, and those are the only 2 keys that we need. It's the last one behind the door of 8 and the one that's locked away in the vault. Yeah, no, Anne does seem like a little bit of a party pooper, and Babbage, but she takes care of the house fairly well. Alright, so we had the moon pendant. What do we get? Okay, Lucky Rabbit's Foot is a great pull from the moon pendant, because it is always 2 random items. And then the silver spoon is also quite nice as well, because that is going to help us out with steps. I know Anne is a party pooper. She would not have approved of, you know, the moonshine operation that we found in the trading post the other day. Let's head out here. All right, what we got today? Speaking of trading post, I think we can possibly get a key from the trading post sometimes. I don't think there's items in here. Yeah, you could dig for things, but I don't remember there being gold or anything. Let's see. What happens if I try to trade Rabbit's Foot? We get dice, silver key, lockpick. Okay. I do believe you can get... Well, we did see we can get silver keys and stuff from there, but we're fishing for that vault key, because we need a few more deposit box keys to actually maybe get what we're looking for. Let's head in here and start with the right. I think we'll go for trying to get some cog rooms in. We don't need a den just yet. Or sorry, not a den, a coat check just yet. We do need the den. I do want some more gems. Let's stack up our stars again, because we did blow through a lot of them. Okay. And we'll head north. Break room's not the worst pull. We are dealing with dead end rooms today, which is kind of yucky. It might cut us short. There's a coin. Already it's trying its damnedest. Let's go ahead and do den. We got no keys at the moment, so let's hold off. We'll come back for that chest. Freezer is not a good time for it right now. We can do commissary. Let's get ourselves... Oh yeah, there we go. Sledgehammer. And the metal detector. Let's go ahead and use that while we're here. Okay, not what I wanted, but money's money. Breakfast nook it is. That'll give us a key. No other items, it seems. Dead it is. We don't dead end ourselves. No chest. It always trips me out that like the gems and everything have shadows, but Simon does not. I don't think we can get cog rooms from the secret passage. Yeah, there's no gray books. Let's go ahead and do a green. That's usually a courtyard or sometimes the cloister, which would be a good pull for us. Veranda sounds fine. I gotta remember I don't have as many gems as I did this last run, so I shouldn't be as reckless. Ah, there we go. Okay, never mind. It paid off. We like keys and we like gems. Okay, we're gonna go and set up the vault while we have the gems for it. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that we'll probably find a key this run when we're low on gems and can't spawn the vault. We'll come back here, hopefully, fingers crossed, with a key. Elsewise, we keep carrying on. We're running on regular keys, too. Can't do that. Well, drat. Do we have 2 hallways? We do not. Well, I guess we'll do bunk. We don't have another option. Got some more steps. I have a feeling that we might end up having plenty of steps and no resources to go anywhere this run. Here we are. Alright, we'll run in. Get this bumped up. Excellent. Another key, another gem. We do need that. Oh, and a silver key. We'll definitely take that. You wanted there to be a spare ribs room upgrade? That's quite clever, too. I do like a lot of the puns. Oh, we'll definitely do a lab. I do like a lot of the puns they have for the upgrade rooms. Like the quest bedroom instead of guest bedroom, stuff like that. I haven't seen an upgrade disc in a few runs. We've been finding a lot of them. I hope they don't run out, because I do want to see like what some of the other rooms might be able to do. We always love permanent gold. Not necessarily what we need, so we'll do permanent gold. Every room you draft in the next 40 seconds is tempting. Let's go ahead and do that. And then just make a run for it. And hopefully not blow through all the resources in the process here, too. And, of course, we get these two, which suck. I guess we'll do archives this run. Let's start as many rooms as we can. We'll do another laboratory. Because that will let us get another cog room. We'll do a coat check just in case this run. Because like I said, I'm feeling like we're running low on resources. Let's go this way. Utility closet we are going to do because it's a dead end. And that's going to be the end of the experiment. Do we want to do anything with this at the moment? Let's go ahead and turn off gymnasium just in case. We'll turn off dark room. Make sure garage is on. And a broken lever. Excellent. Yeah, the discs, I do believe, are random. At least as far as like where you find them, they're never guaranteed. And for like what upgrade it will be. So I do believe that you could theoretically keep finding them. Oh, we can't run another experiment. Shame. Coat check, did I leave anything in there? I don't think we did. Yes, we did not. But if we find anything useful and our run is a dead end, we can throw it in there because it is a dead end anyways. Let's head north. Do we risk it with the... Let's not risk it because I feel like that would cut us short. We can head through the foundation if we need to. We do have a security card today. Oh, and car keys. Speaking of going to Reddington. Alright, what we got today? This is not an empty box. The gems are in the black box. This statement is true. The above statement is false. The gems are in the black box. The gems are in the white box. So I'm going to assume that all of the bottom ones are true. So let's just try the white box. No, so the top ones are probably true. The gems are in the black box. This is not an empty box. Ah, then that's a lie as well. Because they can't both be true or opposite. Let's try... this might be a dead end for us. Let's try that. If not, we'll go through... Oh, thank goodness, courtyard. I was going to say, we can go through the basement and go up through the foundation since we have a security pass today. More gems, which we do like to see. And some dice, which will be useful. We have both the archive... no coin. Archive and the dead end star sign today, so we're kind of looking a little tight for our options here. Speaking of a garage, do we want that for the keys? You know what? Yes, because sometimes there's a vault key in there as well, and we have the car keys today. So let us see if we get anything good in here. Drat. Alright. We got a lockpick set and a compass. Yay. For our dead end house. So I guess we're going out to the basement. Let's take a shortcut. And we'll head in through the basement. Up through the foundation. I do wonder if there's more to this side of the house, because I know you can do the secret garden over here, but it really just seems to be for the garage entrance, which lets you get to that, you know, that little side shack. But once you have that unlocked, there's not too much more. Metal detector's going off. Haven't had it go off out here before. Oh, maybe it's picking up the stuff in the well that we donate. Oh, yeah, that's probably it. But like this side of the house has so much going on that it would be likely that that side has stuff happening too, but it doesn't seem to be the case. But let's head into the basement here and see if we can't get at least a few more interesting rooms before we call it another day. Open that up. Security card. And wait for the elevator. We do have plenty of keys, thankfully. Come on, just one vault key. One or two vault keys. We haven't found any in a while, it feels like. And it's frustrating knowing that's like one of the only things left that we have to find. Especially considering it's to the end game. Mind you, we should also be looking at all the little sigils and trying to find more information on those as well. But I feel like I might do that off stream because I don't want to sit here and go through my notes for however long and drag you guys with me through that endeavor. Okay, what we got going on? Chamber of Mirrors is not terrible, but it's not great, at least in this situation, because we don't want to... It's going to be hard to guarantee if we can get around to the other sides of it. Drawing room is probably the safest bet. And we get our little gem back, so we'll go ahead and do that. And just see if we can't explore the rest of these houses. Houses, my goodness, the rest of these rooms, the rest of the house, I should say. We'll redraw. We will do security. It's a dead end, but there are sometimes keys in here. Not today, unfortunately. Alright, let's head in through here real quick. Ooh, wine cellar. I don't want any of these guys. I don't want dead ends. I say that as we get the attic, and we're going to pick the attic because the attic has a lot of stuff. And sometimes I've seen the key that we're looking for in here, so we're going to be on the lookout for it. Get a purse. break that open. Okay, I'll take a couple keys, I guess. I feel like the attic used to have a lot more going on for it back when I didn't need it to. And now then when I expect it to have interesting stuff, nothing. Nada. Nope, lockpick did not work, but we got plenty of keys. Morning room, I think is going to be the way to go. Just to set up tomorrow's run as well. Okay, I'll take the dice. We need those, considering. We'll go ahead and donate to the chapel. Keep pressing north. Alright, what we got today? Come on. Drafting, I think we've pulled everything from it. Yeah, we have no other potential floor plans, which is strange, because I do believe there are a few plans missing. So we're going to have to find them somewhere in the house. Which is always exciting, because it means, you know, there's more to discover, and or I may have missed something. Okay, prism key, not that exciting. Same deal, I found a vault key in here before. Closed exhibit. Let's go the mystery room. Okay. Ooh, hall pass. Nothing terribly interesting in there. We'll retreat back and head up to the church. Ooh. Just picking up spare change. Spare change. Yes. Not that I need gold at the moment. It's just nice to, you know, pick something up. Pantry it is. Get our apple. Get our silver spoon. Let's risk the walk-in closet, even though it's a big dead end for us. Maybe there's a vault key in there. That's what we're crossing our fingers for. Nope. We got a salt shaker. And a telescope. Not what we wanted today. Alright, do we have any other options here that we can pursue? Nothing it looks like, so let's head down to the break room. We'll have to head back to the basement. Just to ensure that we have our security pass for tomorrow. And then we'll carry on. And like I said, we'll try... I haven't even seen the Mechanicum yet. I feel like every time I get an idea in my head about, like, oh, I want to try this, it doesn't pop up. Which usually is how these runs go, but let's see if we can't just get a bunch of cog rooms and get the Mechanicum and test that theory about it being the last of 8 that we need to get. Elsewise, we'll still shoot for some trophies, and I guess the few rooms that we have yet to discover. Let's go end it in the break room to call it good. Let's see, where did I spawn that thing? Okay, to the right. And we'll call it here, I think. And move on to the next day. I mean, K, Mew, and May, if you're in here now too, do you guys have any ideas as in terms of what we might be able to try and get done or solve? Anything you guys want to see? Or try and figure out, or theories you might have yourselves about what we're looking for? Because I got plenty, but I'm happy for fresh ideas and perspectives, because half the time that's how you find and discover new things. Alright, let's get our coins, head outside real fast. I do like that wherever this place is, it's kind of eternally overcast. It just seems like it's nice and cool, lots of pine trees. It's not hot. I dislike summer very much. Not that because, I don't like the sun or anything like that, but it's too hot. I'm not a fan of the heat. It's much easier to get warm than it is to get cool, and a weather like this seems very pleasant, very tepid, like you can cozy up inside, as opposed to what, like, outside. I think right now at my place it's like 90 something Fahrenheit, um, which is fine, but I would much rather it be, 60s, and then I can put on like a nice thick shirt. Let's do den. Let's stack up some gems. Always a good start. Mew More Library and Bookshop. Yes, it is on the list. We did just get our set of books, so we'll pull the library again if we can, because we can order a new one. The 6 water features on the pump room. We have. So we fooled around with the pump room quite a bit. I think the only one we haven't fully emptied is maybe like... No, we did the kitchen, we did the fountain. I think we pretty much covered it all. We can still fool around with it more. I do love messing with that thing. Alright, a statement with an odd number of words is always true. The gems are in the box with the most words. False statements have less than 6 words. That's not true. This box has gems. Okay. That could be a lie. A statement with an odd number of words is always true. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So false statements are short. I mean, this seems to line up at the very least. And then 1, 2, 3 would be true, which means that's a lie. Have less than 6 words. That's not true, but this has more than 6 words. So would that contradict themselves? I'm kind of feeling... Let's feel ballsy. I really hope it's this simple. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Black Box. Do I have every type of room? I do believe I'm short a couple, because we have yet to get the full Discovery Trophy. I think we'll short 1 or 2 rooms. We have used all of the options in... What do you call it? The drafting room. And so whatever we're looking for is throughout the house. There are a couple of things we can do, like, for example, the experiment in the lab. We did recently get a new experiment that lets us clear the crates from that passageway outside. Ooh. Let's go into storeroom, get some keys. And that passageway may well lead to something rather interesting. So we have some things we need to hammer away at. But for right now, I'm going to set up breakfast nook now. We have a couple dominant things we're trying to accomplish. But unfortunately at this point, I'm going to do workshop. Unfortunately at this point, it's kind of mostly RNG. Like I said, like the darn vault keys. The vault keys in the vault. I don't think we can create anything new just yet. So let's, I guess, head back through here. Ooh, do we want to do that? Let's do the green room instead. No item or anything. Do want to do observatory, because we want to start getting those stars back up. Hopefully no dead end sign this time. Keys, diamonds, and a sail. We do like that. We'll do security, because we're going to start trying to do cog rooms, which means we might also want to do the pool at some point as well, because that will let us pull the pump room and a few others, I think. Well, I guess just the sauna, huh? Ugh, dead ends. Let's do quest bedroom. Okay, just a gem. Sometimes there's something more interesting in there. Room 8 I did find in the gallery, if that's the one you're talking about. And we did solve it. I was hoping that was the room it was referring to. That's also a dead end, but we'll go ahead and do it because we want cog rooms, just in case. I was hoping room 8 was the room they were referring to in the riddle. referring to the sanctum keys, like the last door of 8. I'm like, oh, that might be it. But does not seem to be. So we're trying a couple other options that might be it. But we did solve that, I want to say, last stream even. Which I did rather like. I wish the puzzle for it was more related to like the sins themselves than just like a word, like a logic puzzle. 1 gold is always great. Unseal. See, where is my remove things from the tunnel? Let's see. Each time we draft an upgrade plan. Well, let's do each time we find trash while digging. We have a shovel. And that would be a nice way to bump up our allowance. And we'll head down through here. And I guess head north through the security room. We have almost dead-ended ourselves. I should maybe be a little bit more careful. Let's do hallway, just to guarantee that we can go left and right. We'll go left and just close off these doors here. Ooh. I do want to do morning room, but I don't want to close off that much of the house, I think. Especially if we're trying to get a certain number of rooms available to us. I say that and then get nothing but dead ends. Boudoir it is, so we can at least get some dice. Alright. And then we'll just head north, I suppose. And we got 2 cog rooms so far. So if we get the Mechanicum, it should only be... You know, I wonder if we can... Let's go and redraw. I wonder if we can... Sorry, I'm drawing a blank on the proper word for it. Block off the other, like, entrances to the Mechanicum. Because I don't believe it creates a door if you already have another room. Rather, it doesn't bother to count the doors. Oh, of course, all dead ends. So we're going to the basement again. Let's go ahead and do dormitory, because why not? There's an item in there sometimes. A couple dice. It doesn't bother to create a door if you already have the room unlocked. So if we get a minimal amount of... What do you call it? Cog rooms, it might do the corner doors, the ones that we need. Alright, head through the basement here. But yes, so every type of room we're still looking for. We still have to find a few more floor plans for that. And then room 8, I think we're playing around with. We tested the Great Hall. I don't think that's it. The only other room that could have 8 doors is the Mechanicum. It was not the room 8 key, which I meant, like, I thought for sure that was it. That did kind of bum me out. We did solve the puzzle, and it was cool, because I do think we got, like, a trophy and stuff for it, too. But I would have much rather that have been a sanctum key. But we'll just head up through here and unlock the rest of the house. And like I said, hopefully maybe get the Mechanicum or a few more cog doors as well. We'll go and dig. If we get trash, okay, we got some coins. But if we get trash, we get permanent bumps to our allowance. This is one of the few times, if there's something useful in here too. Okay, thank goodness, a rock. Usually there's nothing in here. And here we are finding a whole bunch of stuff. Let's go through the security door. It's always satisfying to unlock those when you actually have a key card. Okay, let's go and redraw so we can't get anything more interesting. Courtyard I do like, because those are typically always unlocked for us. And we got a bunch of dig spots. Although nothing else useful, it looks like. Here we go. Yeah, usually there's 1 or 2 items in here. That's kind of a bummer. Speaking of, I think we do want to risk it for the attic. Okay, battery pack, not useless. Key, lever. You know what? I don't think we've tried crafting anything with the magnifying glass yet. We could try doing that too. Coupon book, whoop-de-doo. Alright, do we have... Yeah, and we have the workshop too, so we head back there at some point and try that, because we got plenty of steps. Ooh, okay. Let's redraw. I guess it's corridor. Not the best polls. We did turn off the power, right? Oh no, that was yesterday. Car keys. Alright. Lockpick. Thank you, lockpick. We'll do a bedroom. Just bump up our steps a little bit. No additional items. Not the best polls. Do we want to do a cog room just in case? Or do we want to... Let's set up the morning room for tomorrow. Just because this run's already looking... Ooh, salt shaker. We'll set up a break room just in case. That way we can end the day there and get another, security pass for the next day. Head back. Start venturing north. Treasure trove, most definitely. We want to bump up that gold count every time we can. I want to be like Scrooge McDuck. I want to come in here. I want it overflowing off the altar. Alright, we'll go ahead and waste a key. Like I said, I don't feel like these have ever been useful so far. All boxes marked with the sun contain memos that are true. And it is on a blue piece of paper. Even if those memos are a different color, though, is the problem. That's the thing that we need to start questioning, because they can be contradictive to each other. Showroom. We got plenty of gems and plenty of gold, so why not? Let's go ahead and hit that up. Moon pendant, always, that helps. Master key. Silver spoon. And then we're out of gold. Okay, we'll do a laboratory. Like I said, maybe we can cross our fingers and get a mechanicum. We'll go ahead and do we want to do a classroom? I don't think we have the space to continue doing it, but you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Grab ourselves an apple. Already have all the info we need from this first one. Library we do want to do, thankfully, so let's get that. I'll go and order a new door. My god. That's because I was looking at the damn thing. We'll order a new book. So we did the first edition. So we haven't done Realm and Ruin or a new clue. So let's go ahead and do Realm and Ruin. So I am a fan of King Aedan and his speeches. Cloister, I think, is probably the best option for us here. Rotunda does not count as a cog room. Ballroom. I think that might be a mistake for us in this instance. Foundation, we head through the north here, so... Let's go ahead and do hallway closet, see what items we get. Okay. Not terrible, we did need a key. Thankfully. Although we do have the master key. I just want to know if that's... all doors? It said all doors, so it must not go away, right? Okay, master key. Alright, trophy room it is. So let's double check this real fast while we're here. So, we are 3 rooms short of completing the directory. So we still need to find 3 more floor plans. We have to solve that a couple more times. And then the invention trophy, we have 2 more inventions to try. And same deal with the sigils. We're getting there. This is all the challenge mode stuff. But okay, cool. The master key does stick around. I do want to run back to let's do music room too, because like I said, I've seen a vault key in there. I want to run back to the workshop. Oh yay, silver key, and see if we can't make anything with magnifying glass. Cause I don't think we've tried that yet. We'll go ahead and let's use the one-time silver key. Why not? We'll go ahead and blow it. Pool is gonna let us bring up the pump room, which is another cog room, and like I said, we'll cross our fingers that we'll get the mechanicum or something. Okay, another silver key and a secret garden key. Not necessarily what we need at the moment. We'll head south. As much as I want to use the secret garden key, we're just going to use a regular key. We'll do the pump room. Security pass. Okay. So it is going to be a dead end regardless. Let's see if we can't get something more interesting. Okay, not what I necessarily wanted. We don't need to go in the antechamber today, so I guess we'll just do the office, get a gem. No other items for us here. Alright, what do we have for cog rooms? We have, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't think that would be enough. This, at least we're testing our theory with the mechanicum. However, that's all dead ends now too. We can loop back to the foundation. Let's try the workshop out. What was that? Oh, we should dig these out too while we have the allowance experiment going on. Come on. Wake up. No, I gotta stand here for like a second. There we go. Let's see if we can't find any trash. But we'll try the workshop. And we'll open up that one room north of the foundation. Like I said, maybe it'll be the ticket. If we blocked it off, maybe it'll help us get the doors that we want in the mechanicum. And we got plenty of steps too. Oh, we should go through here. Lockpick? No. Let's go ahead and use a key. And we don't get what we wanted. That's okay. And no other methods. So let's go to... I guess we have a break room in the south, though, too, right? No, we did it through the foundation. Well, drat. Let's go ahead and just do a den. Grab ourselves a little gem. Alright. We'll head back to the basement, hit up the workshop, see if we can't craft anything with what we got. And then, I suppose, we'll call it another day. Like I said, at a certain point, we're just running RNG. At least, like, for, I feel like, these last 2 rooms. Which does, I mean, I know there's methods of making them come up more regularly, but especially, like, with the vault. I can get the vault, but it's not going to guarantee that I get the keys that I need. And for that matter, the vault keys, I'm not sure if, like, you get, like, a random safety deposit box key when you find it, or if you find them, like, in order, and it's the last one that holds the sanctum key. I mean, I kind of hope it's the latter, so, like, at least we know how many we have to find, but if it's just random, we're really just kind of crossing our fingers. Alright, workshop. Let's see if we can't make anything with magnifying glass. Magnifying glass. No, no. Okay, doesn't look like anything can be made with that. But what about, like, moon pendant? Moon pendant plus... anything? No. Silver spoon? Silver spoon plus... okay, nothing there. Okay, what about the lever? I know we can make stuff with, yeah, with that and that. Okay. Key card. No. Coupon book. Didn't think so. Battery pack. What can you be attached to? Just a shovel and a sledgehammer? Okay, so I think it's stuff we've all made before already. Drat. Well, we'll go ahead and call it, I think. And move on to the next day. And like I said, just kind of cross our fingers for that vault or for the Mechanicum, because I feel like the Mechanicum might be the room in like the last door of 8, because it wasn't room 8, which you would think, and it didn't seem to be the Great Hall. So the only other room I can think of that could have 8 doors is the Mechanicum. That, or there's some other option that we're not even considering. You know, I haven't seen some of these rooms in a minute either, like the mail room and stuff like that. Where are all the rooms that I like? Alright, let's head out to our little side shack here and see what we got going on. Nothing really all that great. I guess we'll do the tomb. I don't want to do hovel. No, let's do root cellar, because we usually get some good combos with that. We don't have a oh, we do have a shovel today. Hell yeah. We did get the moon pendant. We got our secret garden key too, which is useful. Especially if we want to head into the antechamber, which, kind of on the lower end of things we want to accomplish today, but alright, let's head back inside here. Alright, and I think we'll head to the left today. Let's change it up. When I say that, we already pop a den first things first, so you know, we're being very, very different already. Definitely want to do a lab, like we're going for the Mechanicum. Plus, I want to try these experiments, because we have a bunch of new ones. I just want to be able to, you know, see them. Alright, lockpicking, that's a good one. I think we're going to do permanently increase our lockpicking skill, because we haven't tried it. 2 or more gems crafting a room or a fireplace. Ooh. Let's do 2 or more gems, even though we're already low on gems. That might be a useful one to do. We might have 1 or 2 rooms like that, so we'll see. Do like a little, like, topaz. Little yellow gems. We'll do West Wing Hall. Head up this dig spot. And I wish we had the dig up trash. We'll go ahead and do a garage. We don't have any keys, so screw it. Let's get that. Let's hit up this. Now we're getting all the trash when we don't have that experiment going on. It's usually how it works. Extra key. Definitely want to do a chapel. Love donating to our little pig. Pigington. Pigsley. I think we've called it multiple things throughout multiple different streams. We'll go ahead and do den. If we're stacking up for gems, let's go do den. And cross our fingers that we actually get 1 or 2 rooms that cost a little bit more. We'll go ahead and do closet hallway. Let's go through that dead end in the chapel here. Don't mind giving a little bit more gold, so we're gonna end up breaking into that at some point. Let's risk it for the biscuit in the parlor, because that, like I said, we're looking to spend some gems on some rooms. Alright, the gems are not in the black box. This statement is as true as the statement on the black box. The gems are in the white box. Ooh, okay. I feel like these two, because they reference each other, so let's go for the white box. Excellent. Porkington. You're right, Mew. We've called him Porkington. That's the main name of our little pig bishop and or angel. That's an angel. A little pig angel. Porkington. Speaking of, let's hit up that passageway. Even though I would like to do utility closet, this is gonna hit up with our lockpicking skill, and it's gonna allow us to explore a little bit more of the house. Definitely the breakfast nook. Make sure we got keys and bacon and eggs. Always a good way to start. Morning room, same deal. Always set that selves up for tomorrow because today's run might be so-so. I do feel like we're blowing through these last couple runs a little bit as well, but not too much has been getting in our way. We haven't been getting stumped or hitting up any puzzles because we've knocked out most of it, I feel. Let's bump up our stars a bit more. Okay, I do like all of those. And we'll do lab just to make sure we have that cog set up. Mind you, we can't set up 2 experiments, which is so-so, but if we can make sure we have enough rooms for the cog room, we might make something happen. Hopefully. Let's redraw. Let's go ahead and do observatory, get those passive effects going. I always look over to that side table because there is sometimes an item there. I have found both the lever and the vault key there, but I haven't seen anything in a minute, so, maybe it's only nice to you in the beginning. We'll do a courtyard. Yes, we like our turnips. We like our metal detectors. Alright. And we'll do this one last one. Nothing crazy. Definitely want to do security. It's a cog, and we just like it. Check up on items. No keys or anything this time around. Let's redraw. None of these are what we want per se, so let's go into corridor. If this is locked, I think it'd be a good spot for the secret garden. No, it's not locked, unfortunately. There's always the other side of the house. And hopefully, now that we've bumped up our lockpicking skill at least twice, we might have a lot more success with it. Alright, what we got? Secret garden? Oh, okay, cool. Sometimes it's a little too far north and doesn't let you use it. Okay, we got ourselves the lever. I know we gotta experiment with what else we might be able to craft. So if we can, we'll pull the workshop. Plus, it helps us out with what we're trying to do. I'm not worried too much about the antechamber today. Or at least this stream. I'm still trying to work out that little, postcard traveling puzzle they have in there. We'll go ahead and hit this lever because we have it out. We'll carry on. I was just about to say, there's a lot of dig spots out today. Yeah, no kidding. We did the thing that makes more dig spots. Get it together, Adrian. Alright, let's see. I guess we'll do the commissary. Alright, plenty of keys, bananas. We got plenty of both. Well, not necessarily the bananas, but we got plenty of the keys. I guess we'll do drawing room, in case we want to go into the antechamber. But we might hold off on it in case we get like a quest bedroom or something, and then we can step fort into the antechamber, and that will get us that little allowance coin. Ooh, Great Hall. We don't have, what do you call it, the foyer today. So let's go ahead and do the rotunda, because we can move that, and it'll get us another lockpick upgrade. We do want to do boiler room. Mostly because it's a cog room. Archives do kind of suck. Dark rooms suck even more. But we're not cutting ourselves off, so I'd rather do dark room and take the one-time risk than the constant risk. No gem costs, let's just do all the way to the left. Oh, it's the gym. Excellent. Well, that's barricaded anyways, so that's the rotunda. Ooh, okay, so here's the thing. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think it'll spawn 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't think we want to do it yet. Right? So maybe we should do... That's the thing. I feel like we're not going to see it again if we don't do it now. But it's not going to give us what we want now. So let's go ahead and do the spare room. And then cross our fingers that we get a few more cogs. And then try the Mechanicum later. Because we have seen that the Mechanicum has like those weird corner doors. But we need a lot more cog rooms if we want it to equal 8. Speaking of, we have the utility breaker, which we will hit. Got ourselves a key. Alright, we'll turn garage on. Dock room on. Gymnasium off. And we'll head back through here. Get another gem. Ooh, key. Oh, the one day we don't have a security door. Ugh. Or a security pass. Because we were too lazy to go back and end the day in the break room. Okay. They keep trying to push for the damn archives, man. I don't want the archives. And vestibule. Let's go ahead and do vestibule. He's saying vegetable, but vestibule. So we got some keys. And it'll help bump up our locksmithing. So let's go south. Ooh, mail room. We do want to do that, because that will help us set up for tomorrow's run. And did we get any new letters? We know that one. We know that one. I think this one is new. Speaking strictly for myself, however, I cannot wait to get back and begin working with you directly, helping you through these letters. Only to be on collaboration in this correspondence has reminded me so much of working with Mary. I know she's proud of you until the day I return, Randolph. Okay, but do you have any clues for me? For all I know, you've long since reached room 46 and just continue your unaccompanied exploration stage. Happy and free of all the maids and staff crowding you. I can't say I blame you, and I'm sure the other members of the household are quite enjoying their extended vacation. I cannot offer in the bind without knowing directly what challenges you currently face. Okay. Okay, so I think that's the last letter we're gonna get from him. For at least for now, because that seems like he's basically saying, I have nothing else to offer you. Which is great. Music room it is, because maybe we'll get a vault key, which we do not. We get the prism. Alright, and we'll head through here. Let's go ahead and do a prism key. Oh, it doesn't fit, it's blue. Or, yeah, it's a generic. We'll do office, so we don't dead-end ourselves. Even though I know we can go back to the vestibule, but I don't want to necessarily do that when it might waste a key. Prism key. Oh, same deal, it's blue. Keep forgetting. We will do pool, because that will help us maybe get a pump room. And the pump room is another cog door. Plus, we got these 2 chests, which should bump up our resources, hopefully. Security pass, we love to see it. Alright. Which is the dark room, which we already cut off, so we don't need the security pass. Like I said, we don't usually... let's see, it's a blue, so it's not going to work. Yeah, the security pass I never have unless I plan it the day ahead. Drafting room, I suppose it is going to have to be. Gymnasium. No, we turned off the gymnasium. So let's do that. Let's save our diamonds for right now for when we need it, even though we do want to get more lockpick upgrades. Oh, that will be a red room, though, so let's hold off on that. We got a couple keys left. Ooh. We want to risk it and redraw. I think so. Ooh, her ladyship's chamber. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, we didn't do the tomb today. I just remembered that we found that one key in the tomb that unlocks the diary for her ladyship's chamber. The diary in her ladyship's chamber. There's a key in the tomb that would unlock it. However, we did not do the tomb today, which means we cannot do that. Damn it. I just got excited for a second. Let's go ahead and do bedroom, I suppose. We are getting kind of low on steps, so this will help us bump it up. But I just bloody remember that. So that is something else that is on the list of things for us to do. If we get the tomb, we should snag it, because that will let us, hopefully, what do you call it, get her ladyship's chamber and figure out what the hell is in that damn diary. We're going to be doing cloister, get our lock picking upgrade, and also make sure we have plenty of direction. I know we're kind of skipping past the dig spots. We'll hit them up if we need resources. But right now we're running through. Let's go ahead and do that last one. I will go ahead and do a break room just so we can get a key card for next time if we need it. Now let's do the prism key when it's green. We like the green. We'll go ahead and do solarium. That might help us out in getting something interesting before we call it a day. Got a good amount of gems left. We'll dig these up, which I'm glad we did. We got a key. But solarium gives us a few more rare rooms. We haven't been doing solarium, which could explain why we haven't been running into anything too interesting. But nonetheless, let's head here. Okay, and they're already trying to bite me in the ass. We did do library last run, so let's check out our new book. Alright. Realm and Ruin. Sigils of the Past and the Present. Oh, please have... I think we already have that one. But we're going to be taking pictures of all this anyways. Professor Williard, huh? Okay. So we know this. Transportation. Oh, so it means what they're known for. So this will help us discover and their colors. Oh, so Coratia is orange or like yellow, so it's probably the little triangles. So we already learned something. And then it lets us put it all together because we can figure out what... Okay, so this is going to help us solve everything in the basement. So Coratia, we know, is going to be orange because we've seen it on the flags, I believe. I'll have to double check that now. But it should be the little triangles. And we do have the history of Orinda 2. Dedication at the front. This book was gifted by, so let's start with him. Fen Aries, Robert Burton. That's the I don't think there's a dedication. But this is super useful alongside the book we just previously got to, the uncensored version of the history of Arindex that will tell us a lot about each little nation. Um, Nothing really terribly useful, huh? Let's just do trophy room. Okay, and then I guess we'll run back. Oh, let's see. We'll have to go back through. No, we can go back through just all this way. So let's go back here. And head up. I'll have to go all the way around. We might not have enough steps to do that. So in actuality, I think we're just going to call it a day in the break room. And we'll go for another run. So I will think we're going to cross-reference some stuff. Maybe off-stream with the 2 books we just got. And then see if we can't figure out some of the sigils that we have down below. We do have most of those doors unlocked, so we're just going to have to actually take the time and, read about each little country's culture and history and, learn something. But I think we have the answers we need now for down there, because originally we had, I think, amateur lockpick kit and gems. Excellent. Originally we had like torn up pages referring to some of those countries, but I think we have like, the proper full books of what we need now, so we can properly dig in and try and figure out those sigils in the basement. I think we've only discovered 2 so far, or rather solved 2 or 3. So we gotta, one, solve the rest that we have unlocked, and we also gotta find those last 2 keys. See, now we don't get a tomb, which is so damn unfortunate. I don't think we want to do the monk, because we do want to get the tomb at some point. So let's go ahead and do... I forget what 20 gives us. The high roller. Okay, we do like the high roller. But tomb is now on the list, because then that coincides with the ladyship's chamber, which I completely forgot about. The diary, that is. Let's head left again, because I feel like that was some decent luck. Alright, do we want to do parlor? Let's do boudoir, actually. We got plenty of gems. Let's get some dice. And there's a free gem in here anyways. West Wing Hall. We'll go ahead and do storeroom. Make sure we're stacked on resources. Start grabbing these keys before we need them. We start looking the house. Looking throughout the house for them. Let's do chapel. Man, I remember the days when we were looking at the darn paintings, trying to figure that out. Like that was the big mystery. Let's redraw, man. We're not getting any of the things we want. Do I want to do garage? Or do we want to do armory? Let's do armory. I feel like we're not going to get the battle axe anymore, and that's okay. But let's get the torch. Definitely getting the shield. We'll go ahead and get the mace, too. Let's buy it out. There we go. Okay, so, ooh. Workshop or security? Because security might have a vault key. It hasn't in, like, the last 15 times I've said that, but it might. And then workshop, which we can fool around, because we only need 2 more things, 2 more inventions to get that trophy. What do you guys think? Workshop or security? Cross our fingers for security and maybe let it help us find more items, or do workshop and hopefully get 1 or 2 things that we can play with. It's definitely not going to be Den. It's going to be one of these 2. I'm getting workshop, so we'll go workshop. We'll see what we can... Oh no, we have a key pass today. Thank God. Alright, but right now, we can try making stuff with the shield, maybe. Oh, they don't come up as options. Okay, never mind. Let's redraw. Dining room is much better. We like that. Let's grab our little lunch back. Our little packed lunch. And let's head south and fill up the rest of these rooms real quick. We'll go ahead and do... Let's just redraw. Okay. Let's do quest bedroom. Why not? Usually has an item in there. Oh, for a second I thought that was nothing. Thank goodness. And if we get an antechamber today, at the very least we'll have... I'm gonna go back to the chapel real quick. At the very least we'll have a little bit more allowance. Alright, what we got? Hallway, closet, it is. Don't mind donating plenty to Porkington. Alright, let's run through. Yeah, we upgraded our lockpicks how many times, and now it still doesn't unlock. Oh, goodness. Den. As much as I don't want to keep doing them, 3 doors is quite nice. And security came back anyways. But... No, we need cog rooms, so let's do security just in case. No keys. No, yep, no nothing. The lockpick didn't work again. Excellent. We'll withdraw. Okay, dark room kind of sucks. We can do the treasure trove, because we have the den going north anyways. Let's do treasure trove and bump up our gold cost. Not cost, but, our little gold amount. Make sure we get more and more spawning in here every day. We'll run through here. I think we want to run courtyard. It's the only one that, well, Rompus room goes up, but courtyard is, usually has items or two. Nothing I can light in here, right? I haven't even looked at these, surprisingly enough. I don't think they're sconces. They look like electrical lighting, but... Okay, I guess we'll do den. Conference room. There we go. Now the lockpick worked. And Mechanicum again. Like I said, we're probably not going to see it again, but we only have 2 cog rooms this time around, so let's do... if you have exactly 2 hallways, which we do, so let's go ahead and do that, because that'll double our keys to 2, which is, huge. But we'll go ahead and press on through here, because conference room will let us continue on anyways. That's going south. Not what we wanted. Don't want a dead end with the mail room. We can run all the way back round, but... yeah, let's just keep pressing forward. Don't want to waste that many steps. I guess we're going to use the lockpick. It's fine. Pantry it is. Oh, come on. Give me 1 or 2 more cog rooms. Passageway. Look, whenever we... No, let's do that. Breaker closet. There we go. I feel like whenever we gun for something, it never happens. And then when it does happen, it's usually when we were trying something else. Like, for example, just this last run with the tomb. Ugh, if I had remembered. Definitely want to do laboratory. Set up a new experiment, too. And then cross our fingers we get the Mechanicum later on as well. Remove a crate from the tunnel. Let's do that. Each time you access a different terminal today, whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room. Ooh, okay. This is likely, because we have a few terminals that we can access. However, that's something we can do consistently. I'm going to do the terminals. Because we have this terminal, which I don't know if it counts. It does count. Okay, excellent. So a crate has been removed from the tunnel. We also have the security room, and we might be able to spawn in the office. So that is promising. We can get at least 2 done today. I guess we'll do dark room. That's not too big of a risk. Let's do whatever that is. Library. Excellent. Let's do a new clue. Ooh, bookshop. Did we buy everything from the bookshop is the question. Neither of these interest me, so let's double check. Curse of the Black Bridge we did not buy, so let's get that. And same deal, let's get those 2 drafting strategies. So now we have everything from the bookshop. Excellent. That's right, we didn't buy everything, so let's hit that. There's that one room in the entry hall. Let's head north. Let's head north from the conference room. Now we have some more books to order should we go back to the library, which is good. Because so far those books that we've recently purchased seem amazing. I think we want to hit up a break room. Do we already have one? We do not. Let's hit one up just so we have a spot to end the day. Let's redraw. I should have done archives because I have the damn shield. That's okay, though. You know what? Let's risk it for the biscuit. Let's do vestibule. Yeah, that's a dead end, so let's just keep pressing forward. That one isn't locked. Not necessarily the rooms I wanted to do, though. Okay, let's go and use a key on that one. We did turn off the gymnasium. Let's do night shield and do weight room. Let's do this first. I might lock the vestibule now that I'm thinking about it, but that's fine. Okay. Not terrible. No items. Alright, what we got going on here? Ooh, cloister. Let's do cloister. We haven't played that much in the ballroom either. Like I said, I feel like there's something to do with the music puzzle in there, but we haven't... Oh, no, I'm a shovel today. But we haven't messed with it too much. Is there a terminal? There's not a terminal in room 46. I was just thinking about that for a second. Lockpick did not work, even though we upgraded it like, what, 4 times? It's fine. Let's do coat check just in case. Ooh, okay. I'm not too worried about that one corner. Let's do solarium to get some rarer rooms up in here. Ooh, and a shovel. And then, let's see, we have, what, 3 cog rooms now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we can corner, like for example, right here, if we can get the Mechanicum here, that might allow us to get what we need from it. Because I think it won't spawn doors on sections that don't open. So that's another option for us. Oh, I'm out of keys too. Let's go ahead and do boiler room. Like I said, another cog. We will start digging up all these spots now because... Oh, you know what? Does this work? How do we get that to work? I forget. I think if we get the generator going, it'll work. Let's double check. No, it does not. I think we have to... Oh, no, the stairs over here. I don't even need to worry about it. Anyways, ignore me. Let's see. Oh, there's no dig spots down here today. Okay. I was gonna say I could fish for some keys here and try to get one or two from the dig spots. Let's head west. Lockpick didn't work. Lockpick didn't work. Oh, you suck. Okay. Well, we'll run back through the beginning. We can go up through the foundation should we need to. We didn't dig these. Let's do that. Did I walk past these and say I didn't have a shovel today? Am I off my rocker? I might be off my rocker. Vestibule. Ooh, we might have to run back to the vestibule. Ooh, are we gonna get trapped? That is not a pleasant idea, but I don't think I have another method of getting back at the moment. So let's hopefully not get trapped. Thank goodness. Okay. We just gotta head straight down. Oh no, we can go through. Let's go through the den because we want to hit up the security console and make sure to remove another crate because that is going to be helpful for us. More steps. Plus, we could check to see if there's, speaking of, any other keys in the house. At least now we can continue forward. All right. That should complete an experiment. Perfect. Thank you. Estate inventory. Okay, nothing that we missed. And we don't have any other computers, I don't think, going on. Unless we spawn one. Let's get a bunch of steps. Pizza. Does sound good. I don't think I am. I have it. It's in the oven. We're doing lasagna tonight. So we're sticking to, you know, proper Italian food. But pizza does also sound quite good at the moment. Yeah, let's pop that door. Let's head south where we have the steps and pop that door just outside of the entrance hall. As I said, maybe that will be the Mechanicum, and that might be what we need. Elsewise, let's have to cross our fingers another day. Come on, big money. Okay, nothing great. Gallery. There are keys in the gallery, so let's do gallery. Because we have the puzzle solved. Ooh, and an extra key. We have our key of 8, which we already solved. Which, like I said, I thought that would be the one to give us that antechamber key we need. But, you know, apparently not. Alright, and then can't do anything else down here. So our only option is through the basement foundation. Or go back up to the boiler room with the 2 keys that we have. So let's go ahead and do that. Cross our fingers, you know, like a Mechanicum or something else of note. Or hell, even if it's like an office. I'll be happy with an office because that will let us... Or actually, because the vestibule is going to... I think it's going to lock behind us, no? Let's do that every time? I think it does. Is that a risk we want to take? I guess we have 2 options, so why not? Excellent. Okay. I know we haven't even tried building anything yet. That's fine. Alright. So let's head up through here in the boiler room. Yeah, why not? We'll do it with power. We don't want to do... Key 8, I think, is an L, if I recall. So we could... Let's actually do key 8, because I do think key 8 has a door out. Oh, it has to be in the 8th row, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it would have to be over here. So let's go see what this gives us. Ooh. Not the best of pulls. How many bedrooms? Let's do servants' quarters, just to guarantee you that we have keys. That way we don't have to worry about it. Excellent. And hopefully we don't get bit by RNG here. Throne room, I think, does have a... Yeah, it has a left and a right, so let's do that, even though it's a whole bunch of gems. We thankfully had just enough. Still can't do too much here. Maybe we'll fool around with the geography puzzle, because like I said, I say this every stream. I think I have a, what do you call it? A theory. I think I've solved the geography puzzle this time. Like the, you know, what order he traveled in. We already have a break room. Let's do... I don't have the gems for the music room. So break room, I suppose it is. We don't have to go as far to end the day. And nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and do breakfast nook for steps and an extra key, even though I think we're well off on keys at the moment. And there's another item in here somewhere. At least I thought there was. It was beeping. Ah, there you are. And I think it was beeping in here too for a second. No? Okay. Let's head south. We only have 2 more doors. Ah, you loser. I know. I would love to do the vault. We don't have a vault key, so why would I want to do the vault? Let's go ahead and do spare green room and cross our fingers that the next thing we get is the Mechanicum. Damn. I guess we'll do observatory, bump up our stars. Let's see what we get. Okay, there's a dead end. I know. That's okay, because we already selected all of our rooms. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. But that's okay. So, you know what? We have the antechamber open. Let's try the geography puzzle. Let's try... Because we have some of the postcards, like the clues from the postcards in the basement. So let's see if we can't just stumble our way through it. I say stumble. Oh, we also almost missed our allowance, too. But I have confidence that we might be able to solve it. Let's see here. Now let's get our little crown. Once again, I'm surprised that the crown, you can't interact with the throne room on the crown. Okay, and looking at this again, the only thing we need is the second Loctite in the vault of a bank. That's in the vault. We just need the damn key. And then the other one, which is the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. We've had a couple theories on that. It wasn't the room 8 puzzle that we did from the gallery, and it wasn't the Great Hall. So the working theory is the Mechanicum, or literally behind the last door of those 8 doors, but then I don't know how I'm supposed to get it. So for this puzzle, we've been going off of this order, which I still think is somewhat accurate. So I think it's 1, 8, and then the rest. Because I think Pentagon was that at one point. And then we have some other clues from the postcards. Because we know that this is 1. We know that that's the little diamond. Or the, not the diamond, the keyhole. And then 2, which I think... Actually, let me look at the picture I just took. Because we had a picture in the book of those specific land masses. Because it's the hourglass right below it. And then there's the mountains right above it. But one, like the keyhole and the pentagon are the same thing. So I think, because I don't know if we're going in this order, but I think from the postcard, because he started his journey obviously at home, and then he came back home, but when he came back home, it was a different country. So I think this is probably the last one, because it's one and the same. So maybe it's going off of these two, like the hourglass, which the hourglass we know is this guy down here. And we know this from the books, several books, including the one we just took, which was the history what do you call it? history unredacted. So we know that that one's up there. 4, 5, and 6 we know to be these guys. We know that that's like the heart and the other one. So we have 4, 5, and 6. And those were mixed up. But from what we were able to figure out with the schooling, I believe 4 is either this one or this one. So let's do that. Let's do that. We know 6. I'm confident that 6 is the big one. Right? And then 7 is the odd one out, which is that one. And then 8 is when he goes back home and it's a different country, which is the one he's in. Okay, so I'm 100% confident. I say this, I've been wrong before. I'm very confident that these 4 are correct. I know it's 1, 2, and 3. I know that because if we're going off of that over there at least, which could be a red herring, but I know that the keyhole is that center one. I know that the little hourglass and the mountain, the hourglass is the bottom one and the mountain is this top one. The pentagon is also that middle one there, just after it had like a revolution or whatever. And then these ones might be the ones that are incorrect. Oh, yes, Francesca, I can see the chat box. I am sorry, just running through mind games in my head at the moment, trying to figure out this puzzle. I can see you guys. You haven't played it before, but your cousin wants to play this game. Honestly, it's a very fun game. It's great to play either with somebody else in the room, or in my case, like a chat here and there, or just by yourself. It's an excellent puzzle game. Lots of stuff to consider and think about. When you solve something and you think you have something figured out, there's always one more thing to solve. So it's definitely something to keep you busy and to keep the mind fresh. It's not just, like a shooter. It's a lot of really intriguing like puzzles and wordplay and riddles and stuff like that. Yeah, sorry, like I said, I get pulled and distracted when I'm deep in thought. But, so we know this is correct. I'm confident the 7's right. These 3 might be incorrect or in the wrong order. Let's try just moving them around. Although it wouldn't make sense that you would go like that. I don't feel like that would be 4. Finally. Okay, we've been trying that several times throughout. Is this anything important, or are we just gonna be so-so? Okay, certified copy, property deed, Lord Arthur Clementine to Lady Avery of Trinsdale. Okay. So this is the property deed. Know all men by these presents that Lord Arthur Clementine, rightful owner of the land that rests in the northern range of the Reddington Mountains, doth grant and convey to the bearer of this document, Lady Avery of Trinsdale, the land, forest, and waters of the sheer cliffs that rest in the northern shadow of the Hollyleaf Mountain, all the rights, privileges, and opportunities. So this is the OG deed. Okay, the property of Mount Holly consists of dense woods, flanked by cliff walls, irrigated by mountain spring streams, punctured by several runoff waterfalls. This area is sheltered between the summit's northern slope, spanning across 80-odd acres. Okay, baller. That's a lot of land. The property is situated southwest of Reddington, bounded on the south by steep crags, and approaching the east by the high road to Tanner Fork. Lord Arthur Clementine, covenant, promise, and agree that Lady Arbery, her heirs and assigns that I am lawfully seized and possessed of said premises, that the same are free and clear of all encumbrances, and that I have good right to sell and convey the same to said Lady Arbery, her heirs and assigns, and I will warrant and defend the same against all lawful claims and demands against her. So we have our proper deed to the house now. Alright, let's see here. Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington to publish and declare this instrument, my last will and testament. Okay, so this is his last will. Courtney Farron, who I'm sometimes repulsed, I have to grant a cuckoo clock set eternally till the 2nd hour. Okay. From his travels. Okay. Okay. Including the sculptures and the entire collection of drawings by Christopher Manson, comprised of 4 pieces entitled... Oh, damn it. Okay, so this is a clue for the gallery, which would have been wonderful, but we've already solved that. Moreover, to the Grand Cathedral. Okay. These sculpted figures have been in the St. Clair tomb. Okay, so another clue for that. Okay, we know that. Okay. Okay, regardless of whether he finds room 46, I have the original manuscript of those works. Okay, under the roof of her childhood home. The permanently draft copies include red prints. I hope that in due time and in the natural order of things, you will come to be content. Okay, so it had some clues. It was for stuff we've already solved. Excellent. In that case, then, we might be a little out of luck. I want to go back to the throne room and try the damn blue crown. I know we've already done it, but, like, just to reassure myself I didn't miss, like, an action prompt. Because some of them in this game, you have to, like, sit and stare at them for a hot minute. Let's see. Yeah, there's no way to interact, it looks like, with the throne. Which is a bloody shame. Do we have anything else we can accomplish today? We did do the workshop. So I suppose we can try and... what do you call it? Put some stuff together and see if I have anything that I've yet to make. Although I don't believe I do. But it's worth a shot. Ralphine, good to see you. I did finally solve the bloody puzzle in room 46. It seemed to have a lot of very useful information. However, said useful information was for puzzles we have already solved. However, I'm very vindicated in the fact that I was able to finally solve the darn thing. So the fact that the information it gave was not terribly useful to me is not hurting my feelings too much, thankfully. It was one of those things that has been on the list of, what do you call it, accomplishments I very much want to do. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Those are dead ends. And we only have 16 steps, too. Ugh. Let's just go back to the break room. Let's be secure and make sure we have a security code for the next day. And I think we'll give it one more run. And we'll see if we can't accomplish anything more. I'm content. We did get a trophy already this stream. And we did finally solve that little puzzle in room 46. We also... you know what? We might take a trip down to the basement and see if we can't solve one or two of those sigils, because we do have the books now. That being said, I might take time off stream to like go through the information I've gathered regarding like the sigils in the basement and go through the books that we got from the library, so I can actually do that without taking like 15 minutes of, what do you call it, a sigil. But I'm very excited because we have the information for it now, and I feel like at this point it'll be easy to, what do you say? How do you say? Uncover or find the solution to said sigils now that we have the full uncensored version of those books. All right, what we got out here today? Damn it. Okay, same deal. No tomb. I should have done the tomb when I had the chance. I totally forgot that we found that key in the tomb that could unlock the diary. But now we remember, so we have to continue to remember it. But let us head back inside. We've been doing good going left, so let's keep going left. Oh, we'll always pop the den. That's always a good first room, in my humble opinion. And we'll definitely do breakfast nook. And then we'll cross our fingers for plenty of cog rooms and Manny the Mechanicum, maybe? If not, a key in a vault, because at this point we're really kind of hoping on RNG, I feel like. Let's see here. Passageway. Extra item if drafted joined to the hallway. I guess... let's do storeroom. How did I solve the room 46 puzzle? Well, okay, so the room 46 puzzle, they had the proper sequence of, what do you call it, nations on the fireplace mantle in room 46. the two nations that were like the one that were the revolution, so like the little keyhole looking nation and the Pentagon. We found the postcard in the basement in the first sigil that we solved, referencing his journey away, and like it was all black, it was the keyhole. And then we went to the Pentagon room and we found the postcard saying that he's now back, and that was like the last stop was home, but it was also technically a different country. So we knew that 1 and 8, even though they're in the same space, that the keyhole and the Pentagon were the same country. So it was the beginning and the end. And then the rest of them after that followed the same sequence of events. We're going to do passageway. And then the reason I knew where on the map those nations were is from the classrooms. The classrooms had like a geography quiz, and none of the geography quizzes. Well, let's do that just in case we need more resources. None of the geography quizzes were 100% correct, but if you cross-reference them, you could find their commonalities and surmise which ones were the correct answers. And then from there, it was trial and error, because we tried bashing our head against that puzzle I don't know how many times, but eventually I think we narrowed it down to what was correct. And even then, like the whole left side of the map, we were, what do you call it? Like kind of guessing. Because I knew for certain that the right side of the map was correct because we had a picture of it. I need to pick up the shovel first before I can dig. We had a picture of the right side of the map from the book. Which book? It is The History of Orinda, but the uncensored version that had like the full image. So I knew that was 100% correct. And then we knew that one of the countries like had a revolution or whatever, so it would have been the same sigil. And then the left side of the map, we kind of concluded from the geography test in the classrooms. I don't know how many gems. But we had to do a little bit of moving around, trial and error with that one. But we did eventually get it because we had everything else lined up, so it did help us at the end. Okay, yay, a compass. So, they had an order on the mantelpiece. It was seemingly the correct order. At least it was for the first, like I said, like the right half of the map. Because like I said, I had a picture of that, and it lined up with what was on the mantelpiece, so I just did what the rest of the mantelpiece said. There's only one true box. Both statements written on the other boxes are false. The box with the most words does not have gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's just assume both of these are false. That would make maybe the gems are on this one because this has the most words. Yeah, there we go. I guess bedroom. I feel like I'm just kind of running through rooms here, not the ones that I want. I haven't seen the ones that I wanted in a while. And I guess we'll do closet, because that might get us... Yeah. Oh, I'll take a lucky rabbit's foot. We do love the lucky rabbit's foot. And the key. But yeah, that puzzle in room 46, like I said, I 100% confident we had the right side correct. The left side, we might have finagled it, because we just kind of moved it around. Although I was confident that number 7 was that middle aisle, because I think we had another picture of it being associated with that symbol. I guess we'll do observatory. Get our stars up, even though we're losing a gem. What was that? Oh, no, it's a shadow. I thought it was an item. Oh, goodness. I also want to go and check out... Okay. Now we have chests in the main hall. Do we have a sledgehammer today? No, oh, we do. We can go bash that up in a second. I do want to check out the... Oh, there we go. Security room. I want to check out that tunnel outside. because that tunnel should have a few less crates now, and I'm not sure if that's going to do anything for us immediately, but I want to see how much of a difference it makes, because there's a lot of crates. Ooh, we're going to do laboratory. We're all going to an end to a means, rather. A means to an end. That's the proper phrase, my god. But those crates, there's like a couple dozen in there, so I want to see if it like makes a little path, or we're gonna have to remove each one of those crates. Okay, so I think we're gonna do lockpicking skills, and we'll do the gem one. That worked out okay last time. I was hoping for more crate removal, but that's okay. And then let's go ahead and hit up the beginning of the house to bash those chests, and also grab those rooms that are now about to be blocked off. And check out that tunnel, because I want to see how much of a difference it makes. I want to see if I want to be hopeful about getting rid of those crates, or if it's going to be, like, very tedious and, you know... where am I going? I'm in a damn circle. Oh my gosh, I just wasted so many steps. I'm talking too much. I'm distracting myself. But I want to see if I should be hopeful over the prospect of uncovering those crates, or if I'm going to be hopeless in the sense of it's going to be very tedious to get done. Or perhaps, Ralphine, I should ask you maybe, have you removed all of the crates in the tunnel? You don't have to tell me what's in there, but like, is it, what do you call it? Can it happen relatively quickly, or is it a very long and arduous process? I know it's tied to the experiment, so it kind of depends. Oh, we only got gold. That's not really what I was hoping for. I guess we're about to get an idea for it if we go take a look. But, like, does it make a little path if you remove the crates, or do you have to remove every single crate? Because there are a lot in there. Let's see. So far, I don't see a difference, if I'm being frank. I think there maybe were a couple up top, so I think it's every single crate, which is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then maybe the back too. Like, maybe there's something right there in that space, but yeah, there's a lot of crates in there. You're sorry. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a time, but at the least we could do is keep hammering away at it. Anytime we get the option to do the crate experiment, we'll do it and see if we can't get more and more taken out of there, because I do want to see what's in that tunnel. It does interest me. I do feel like hopefully it's something big. Especially considering we're still short, I think, what was it, 3 rooms we've yet to uncover? So there's got to be 3 floor plans somewhere. Ooh, library. But then dead end everything else that we have. You know, I think we're going to do spare green room, because one, that'll spawn us some gems in the nursery, but also I don't want to dead end all those rooms, because we are in a state where we're trying to get more rooms specifically. So let's do commissary. We do have a sale today, right? Let's do a set of gems just to cover our butts. We'll get a bunch of keys because we have the gold to do so. And we'll get some bananas. And then let's hope for cog rooms or something interesting. Let's redraw. No, yeah, let's do the kennel. Kennel's always useful. And we get to pet the doggos. Hello, friend. Okay, do we want to blow another? I think so. Because we're aiming for a certain set of rooms here. Morning room is tempting. But we're hoping that we can get ourselves... Okay, well, morning room it is, because they're very persistent about it, but... want to fill out the space in the house. Trying to get as many cog rooms as we can get. No other items in here. We do have a shovel with us today, just making sure before I start aiming for like a dig run. Get ourselves a gem from that. And keep wasting our steps. If anything, we're going to run out of steps. I might be running around too much. Donate some gold. Hell, I think one of these runs we might just need to run in and out of the piggy bank. That way we can just stash as much gold as possible. Maybe that's not the worst idea for when a run is looking kind of rough. We could just hit that up and go ham with it. We are going to redraw. Laboratory, yes please. We can't run a secondary experiment, but this will get us another cog for the cog room. Here we are. And I guess we're heading north. Let's go ahead and dig. We do like a turnip. We do need footsteps. Oh, there's one over here too. Oh, well. We got plenty of keys. Gymnasium isn't that bad. We're going to do gymnasium. No running shoes. Okay, now we'll do library. Most certainly. Because we have a new book we want to look at. Okay, we got a gem. And the new clue. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you if you're looking for a new clue too. Okay, he had retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases and gone through the piles of the evidence present and precedents evident, and retraced his steps as it stretched out for miles. I think corner cases. Yeah, we're going to start... I think we're going to take pictures of all this. He looked high and low in all the rooms. He searched every corner in each of the tombs, which we've done. In this particular case, he had checked every space. He had found a new clue. He knew what to do. So that, same deal. So that's hinting towards the sconces we can light up, which we did find. And same deal, I think, the chess piece puzzle. This seems to be referencing various rooms. And the station for departure, even though it's a flight. Okay. He looked under beds and in nooks, so maybe the breakfast nook in a bedroom. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks. He was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. So tome after tome that library loaned, and the books that he had, that he already owned, were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Okay. Tender cipher. Let's take a picture of you. Draft the sixes. Okay. He changed all the letters and the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting, and he found that the diction of each word was sound. We're going to take a picture of that too, I suppose. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps, and if this directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. Okay. And this is reference to the house. Oh, and then it shows the vase and the sledgehammer in room 1, which we found by accident. Because we just happened to have a hammer at the time. But, okay, the dead end. Draft the sixes. Shifted extras. The fixed stars, maybe? But draft the sixes. That came up twice. Okay. A man obsessed and cuckoo too. They would say as he would wander through, the best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he would know what to do. And having read this book so many times, he scoured over each of its cryptic lines. Have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? And then we have... Ooh, this looks like something that the magnifying glass would be useful for. Whatever this is right here. Major. Okay. Dead end major key. Seen all of the signs. Okay, so maybe let's just remind myself. I'll take pictures of all this so I don't have to come back here and find this book. Or is there perhaps something new, something overlooked but not in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. The suspect is minor. The suspect is major. The suspect is minor. The suspect is a key, which I think that's in reference to the music that we found. On the way, and there's signs. Stop on the way. Okay, hang on. There's words too. Okay, so hang on. Depart. Keep left. Oh, okay. Hang on. Depart, keep left. To Tanner Fork. Maybe Tender Cipher, Runer Renamed, Draft the Sixes. And then Dead End. And then Record. So maybe we want to get records. Or record each. Stop. Record each stop on the way. So hang on. Okay. So depart. Keep to the left. To Tanner Fork. So maybe to... Maybe it's just the two. So keep left to... Right? Keep left, because there's the right sign right there. So keep left to Tanner Fork, or keep left to right. Dead end. And then record each stop on the way. Okay, so we got a little bit of a riddle going on here. Or not a riddle, but like a, you know, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. Right. Then gates, Mary, Mary. Dead end. Record each stop on the way. Okay, does this mean depart the house? Or is like when we get into the house we should hang a left? So keep left to Tanner Fork. I think I'm tempted to go outside in a second, if not on the second day, because that is curious. I wish we could order another book while we're here. Ooh. Great room. I don't want to lose half steps because we're already low, so let's do the treasure trove. Very interesting. We'll stack up even more gold. Alright, we'll keep going. I guess we could do conference room. I do want to do solarium, because that will help us get, you know, rarer rooms, hopefully. And then if we have the steps, I think we'll check outside, and then maybe, like I said, like we'll depart, keep to the left, because it either means inside the house or outside the house. Because why would it say depart? That's like another way of saying start, right? But ooh, okay, that will cut us off. We don't have too much else going on here. Let's do utility closet. Make sure we get another cog. Gymnasium off, dark room off, garage on. And there's something in here. Excellent little coin. But we still have this whole portion of the house we can try to fool around in. Like I said, maybe get the Mechanicum. Alright, so come on. Let's head back up. Grab dinner. That new clue book had a whole bunch of stuff in it. Some stuff I recognized. Like I said, the sledgehammer at the start of the house. I didn't realize I missed this. Is clever, because like I said, there was those vase, that sledgehammer in the vase at the start of the house, because there's the vases that gives you the microchip. Yeah, observatory courtyard. And some of the other smaller clues that they had, but I wonder like what the overall hint is meant to be. I do want to find out what that's trying to convey. Ooh, okay. And it did have archives in there too. Like, should we be worried about that? Do we want to block off these doors? Or do we want to maybe screw ourselves and do... Let's do attic on the off chance it's a vault key, because then maybe we'll get a vault. I've been pulling attic almost every single time we get it, because it's a possible option for those keys. Secret garden key. Okay, that's nice. Not necessarily at the moment, but you know. Okay, let's head north through here. Gallery it is. We'll grab that 8 key. I think we'll do Secret Garden, because that'll give us a left and a forward. And a broken lever. So let's go ahead and hit this left. Do we have anything else? We could do key 8, but we've already solved everything in there, I believe. I guess armory, that's not our cog room. We have, what, only 3 cog rooms at the moment? We have workshop, security, 2 laboratories. So we have 4. So if we can get some way to do... Let's grab the shield just in case. We got plenty of money anyhow. If we could find some way to get the Mechanicum, we might be able to get it if we can get it cornered. Not what we wanted. Same deal. I think Locksmith is a better bet for a vault key, maybe. Even though we don't have a vault at the moment. But if, you know, in case like that last room is a vault, might as well try all options. Not what I wanted. Of the special keys, the prism key, probably the prettiest. It's also probably my least favorite because I feel like it doesn't do much for me. Do we want to do a break room? That will dead end us. Yeah, let's not do that just yet. Oh, dark room. Excellent. I love it when the lockpick works. Let's go ahead and do that. Lockpicking skill has improved. Okay, I could... Oh, and we have a lot of money now. Let's see if we can't be a high roller. Let's bet. Let's bet 100. Oh, so close to the allowance. But we did get 200 gold, which is neat. 2 free spins, I think, would have been cooler. If only we had a freezer or a means to, you know, spend this money. And then I guess break room so we can end the day in here. You know what? Screw it. Let's do the 1 redraw and cross our fingers for Mechanicum. No, that is unfortunate. We don't have a coat check or anything, right? Yes, so this is going to be when it's a vault. No, it is the car keys. For a second, I thought it was vault keys, and I was about to be kind of upset. But I'll take the upgrade to my lockpicking skill. That's honestly, I'm thinking I don't know if we have enough steps to get back to the chapel and do that effectively, but like I kind of do want to just walk back and forth in the chapel and donate as much gold as I can. If only we had a few more steps. Or actually, ooh. I think we can risk it and head into the conference room, because we did get the secret garden, which would have spawned a whole bunch of fruit, which would let us maybe have enough steps to go in and out of the chapel a whole bunch of times and just donate a whole bunch of gold. Let's go ahead and try that, actually. Smart thinking, Mew. There we go. There's a whole bunch of fruit. Let's chow down on all this. Okay. Okay, we did come out with a net positive, so... For a second there, I thought it was gonna replenish like what I wasted walking to the conference room. But it gave us a little bit more to work with, so maybe we can make it happen. Oh, it's so close. It's right there. We can add at least maybe 40 gold to it. Excuse the back and forth, but we're just gonna donate a whole bunch of gold. I think it might be better if we just walk between the room like this. I'm not sure if that's more or less steps, but it's okay. We'll make sure we got plenty of money stowed away for little piggy. I also mentioned something about looking in the nook, right? We're going in here anyways. I wish I could crouch. I only say that because it said in every nook, but I could just be overthinking things. It could be reference to the chess piece as well. Just do the in and out. Yeah. We'll just stack up as much as we can. Peak content right here. We'll make sure our little piggy's happy and paid for. There we go. And then we can call it a day. I think, honestly, with that, I mean, we did get some things done. We got ourselves a trophy on that first run, and we uncovered a lot more. Those books are going to be tremendously useful. I'm happy I was finally able to conquer that Room 46 puzzle. I wish it gave us a little bit more information. Mind you, it gave us a lot of information, but it did not... it was stuff we already had solved kind of by figuring it out. Like, the gallery would have been a huge hint, but the gallery we managed to solve beforehand. The newer books I'm excited to uncover, especially the sigil puzzle, now that we have that figured out. We have most of those rooms unlocked, so we already had like the clues and allowances from those rooms. We just haven't done the puzzles themselves yet. So we have to knock those out. I think we have like 3 of them done out of the 8, and so we have another 3 to do, and then another 2 to unlock, which at this point, as I've stated, 1 is in the vault, which is kind of RNG at this point. And the other one might be in the Mechanicum. That's kind of our working theory right now. We tried the Great Hall, wasn't in there. And it wasn't in room 8 that we got from the gallery. So the Mechanicum is the only other option I can think of, aside from it literally being behind... Like, literally being behind the last door of 8 in the basement, which would have to find, we'd have to find some way of getting in there, so... regardless, thank you guys for joining me. I'm glad to be back. We took a little week off, but we're right back into the sake of things, and we'll be hopping on next Monday for Blueprints, and maybe streaming later on this week as well. I picked up Escape Room Simulator that I might be playing with a friend or two, so I think we might stream that. But regardless, thank you guys for joining back in. Oh, and Ralphine, yes, thank you for reminding me. I have not even looked at the music sheets yet. I have not solved it. I have pictures of, I believe, all of them from the locations that we found them. Same instance with the little, like, chisel stone puzzle that has, like, a different letter in the workshop each day. We haven't even looked at that yet. I do believe it has something to do with the ballroom. But that is also on the things I need to do. And I think it's going to be... It's an easy puzzle. That's what I meant. I think I just need to sit down and go through the sheets of music and solve that riddle alongside, like, doing essentially my homework for the sigils. Because now that we have the history of Arinda that's uncensored, that tells us about each of the countries, and that we have, like, the uncensored, or untorn, I should say, sigil book, because we found the one in the cave that was all ripped up, but now we have a nice one. So now we could cross-reference and find out what the sigils are, and we could sit down and solve that. But so far, a good run, a good day, a good stream. I thank you guys for joining me. I hope to see you this next time. If you can, hop in if we do stream that escape room simulator because it does look pretty promising. Similar vein to this, just a little quicker. And I'll have people joining me for that one. But thanks for joining me on this. Always good to see you on Blueprints Mondays. Take care, you guys. Whether it's good night, good afternoon, good morning, have a wonderful rest of your day and week. Bye.